Anyway, Zenowing is totally focused on fighting Doomwing, even telling the other Rangers that they just get in the way. They're offended, of course, but Keeper explains that whoever the Tauren over here, his spirit has been stained by Mad Tauren, and so they need to play the melody of the earth and gather the Zudenshi so that they can... I ran out of future references. Oh, I might need to watch that show again. Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge episode review. Before we get started this week, I want to let you know that I have uploaded a second video for you guys to watch this week. It's a video about trailer reactions and fair use issues and other things about the future of the channel and some other projects that I might do. I would really appreciate it if you guys would give that a watch, and in the comments of that video let me know what you think. You can see that right here. If the video is done and uploaded, I'll put an annotation right here on the TV for you guys to head over and watch that video. I would just really like your input on those issues. It's about the future of the channel and everything, not this show, not Power Rangers episode reviews, just the future of the channel in general. So I would appreciate it if you watch that and let me know what you think. After jumping ahead to Halloween in episode 21 last time, we are back to normal this week, and normal is good. So let's just get right down to business. Here's my review of the 15th episode of Dino SuperCharge, Wings of Danger. So this episode starts with a whammy. After 37 episodes, we finally get an answer to where the Dino Charge Zords came from. And the answer to that long-awaited question is... Zenowing made them. I mean, that's it. He made them. I mean, he followed Keeper to Earth, but was only able to locate the Silver Energem, so he made the Zords to protect the Energems and the Rangers that they bonded to. However, that raised two questions for me. One, why did Zenowing make a Titanozord if he already had the Silver Energem? And two, how did he find the Silver Energem? Keeper gave that one out with all the other ones. There was a Titanosaur there when he distributed them. I don't understand why he was able to find just that one Energem. Anyway, Zenowing is completely focused on fighting Doomwing, even telling the other Rangers that they just get in the way. They're offended, of course, but Keeper explains that Zenowing's spirit has been stained by Doomwing, and he just needs some time to remember how to be totally good again. Over on Sledge 1, Arcanon finally decides that he's had enough of Doomwing, and some spike balls are taking him over to be destroyed. However, in a hurried panic, he says that he does know a way that he can be rebonded to Zenowing, and thus morph into the Silver Ranger again, with the help of the Dark Energem. Arcanon decides to give him one last chance, and gives him back the Silver Energem. The Rangers head out to train in an interesting setup where Chase pitches rocks to Coda, Coda hits them into the air, a cute Home Run Coda reference, but whenever they bring up that episode, I find myself wondering if Coda is still on the Earthquakes, and Shelby and Tyler shoot them. But then they hear Zenowing training nearby and watch as he slices, dices, stirs, and fries a big rock. Zenowing is still being more of a rooster than a falcon, if you follow me, asking the Rangers if he's supposed to thank them for their compliments, and basically telling them that he really doesn't care what they think. Riley, the swordsman on the team, asks if he can learn that Prism Slash move, but Zenowing haughtily says that no human could ever master it. He also tells the Rangers that they have no idea what Arcanon is capable of, something that Arcanon has actually said himself, so Shelby says, "Tell us then." Zenowing explains that Arcanon is pure evil, and the two of them fought on Sentai 6. This must have been after Zenowing had been to Earth because he has the Silver Energem. After slicing a shoulder blade off of Arcanon, the Silver Energem is duly impressed and bonds with him, making him the Silver Ranger. Arcanon then touched Zenowing with the Dark Energem, creating Doomwing, his dark other half. Shelby speculates that this must be what happened to Heckle, Snide being his dark other half. Then Zenowing hears Doomwing and takes off, the Rangers following. Zenowing tries once again to keep the Rangers out of this, but the Rangers don't listen because friendship is magic and they morph. The two birds, however, couldn't care about that less. Zenowing nearly takes Tyler's head off with a blast, and Doomwing runs right past the Rangers to fight Zenowing. Doomwing has the early upper hand and is about to break Zenowing when Riley steps in front. Doomwing hits Riley with a punishing attack that injures him significantly. With everybody down and out, Keeper shows up and uses his red smoke magic to get everybody out of there. Now, in most Power Ranger seasons, this would be the point in an episode where I would say, now you can go attack Amber Beach, monsters. But actually, in this season, the villains have a specific goal, getting the Energem, so there's a good reason that they just leave. In the lab, Kendall sets up a hospital bed for Riley because she's literally the girl who has everything, but he's in pretty bad shape. Zenowing doubles down on his male rooster act, blaming Riley for getting in the way. The other Rangers tell him off since, Riley saved his life and all, but Kendall sends them out to get some air. Keeper talks to Zenowing and basically says, "Dude, WTF?" Zenowing admits that he feels strange. He's never been the one that was saved before. What is this strange feeling inside me? Keeper says it's called gratitude, and Zenowing finally realizes that Doomwing stained his spirit, and he's forgotten what being part of a team means. Over on Sledge 1, Wrench is cranking out monsters like they're having a sale. Doomwing needs distractions for the Rangers, so he'll finally be able to take on Zenowing one-on-one. However, the reanimated monsters can't talk. Wrench says it's because they're being made so quickly. I'm sure that's the reason, and not that they didn't want to pay the voice actors for another episode. Meanwhile, we insert a little villain's intrigue. Heckle calls Poisandra over to his cell and tells her that if she helps him escape, he'll tell her something that'll knock her socks off. Back on Earth, the Rangers are still upset about what Zenowing said when some of the revived monsters attack. A nice touch in this scene is that Ivan asks the other Rangers that they fought these monsters before. These three monsters, Puzzler, Slammer, and Duplicon, all showed up before Ivan did. That was a nice touch, good attention to detail. Back in the lab, Zenowing thanks Riley for opening his eyes with a special gift. He not only heals them, but he bonds their spirits together. Now, Riley will have Zenowing skills in battle. Translation, he'll be able to do that prism slash thing. And Riley's spirit will help Zenowing heal from what Doomwing did and help him be a better ranger. Zenowing then leaves to go fight Doomwing in the forest. However, Doomwing is evil and doesn't fight fair, and so someone, I'm guessing Singe, blasts Zenowing and he's captured. Riley sees all of this in a dream vision and wakes up. Healed from his injury, he goes to help Zenowing. Of course, he's got a little bit of time to get there because instead of just touching Zenowing with the Dark Energem right away, which would rebond him to Doomwing, they bother tying him to a tree first. Riley shows up just in time and, yes indeed, does the green prism slash to basically just blast everyone all over the place, including the Dark Energem, which is dropped and temporarily lost. With the Dark Energem gone, at least at that point, and Zenowing free yet again, Arcanon decided it was time to finally destroy Doomwing. However, that's when the Rangers show up, so Arcanon decides to just let them do it for him. Riley checks on Zenowing, who's finally grateful to have friends. Singe manages to find the Dark Energem and even touches it, so I guess it doesn't make dark other halves out of creatures that are already evil. Which, thinking about it, was probably a bit of foreshadowing about Heckle. Another revived monster, Scrapper, shows up to help Doomwing. Tyler goes SuperCharge to take on Doomwing, while the other Rangers take on Scrapper. Doomwing has the upper hand on Tyler at first, until he shows the sudden ability to activate Zord arms without using chargers, going Ankylopathy. The other Rangers use the triple spike to take out Scrapper. But then, Hunter, Ninja, Bones, Gold Digger, and Sheer Fear all show up. Jeez Louise, guys, do you realize how many more strikes that could be for the Rangers? This is Hunter and Ninja's third appearance. However, there is a rule in Tokusatsu that says that the revived monsters are significantly weaker, so each of these monsters only needs one Ranger to take them on. Doomwing calls down 3 revived monsters of his own. Ice Age, Stingrage, and Meteor! Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Stingrage's 3rd appearance. Ice Age's 4th appearance. Zenowing comes over to help Tyler with this, now seeing the value of being a team player. However, Zenowing helps out by fighting Doomwing, so not much really changed there. Zenowing pins Doomwing's sword and, using his own, manages to take back the Silver Energem. He then inserts it into a special red and blue Dino Charge morpher, and finally, once again, becomes the Silver Ranger. Ignoring for the moment the fact that the helmetless part of his morph looks really weird, he's basically a heavy ranger with speed, blitzing Doomwing before destroying him. When dealing with a pile of monsters, the best solution is to literally form a pile of monsters. That's what the Rangers do, and then Tyler blasts them kablooey. Anybody got any marshmallows? Poisandra sneaks Heckle a bomb inside of a skillet, which was particularly funny to me because, on my honor, the day this episode aired, the town that I live in held a skillet festival. I'm not even kidding. Anyway, Heckle uses the bomb to escape his cell and goes to leave the ship. However, on the way, he overhears Singe and Arcanon talking about the Dark Energem, and it triggers a memory. Flashback. Here's a nice little plot twist for you. It turns out that Heckle was the protector of the Dark Energem on Sentai 6, working to keep it out of evil hands. He was blasted and dropped the case, and the Dark Energem fell out. Desperate to keep it out of evil's hands, he grabbed it. When he touched it, Snide formed. However, Snide had no memories of what had happened, something that Arcanon said would stay that way. I'm not exactly sure why that is when both Doomwing and Zenowing had their memories. Heckle now remembers that it was Arcanon that destroyed his homeworld. Enraged, he lunges at Arcanon and promises revenge. Arcanon is amused at the concept and orders him shackled up. Back on Earth, Zenowing thanks Riley for the teamwork lessons, and the episode ends on a cute little stinger where it turns out it was the two of them that shot the rocks. Let's dig up some... Oh. Hello? Oh, why yes, it is time to dig up some super fossils. Episode 15, Wings of Danger. Prose, excellent characterization for the Rangers, Zenowing, and Heckle. Continued creative adaptation of the Sentai, and more excellent core story. Cons, a little short on some details, disappointing answer to the Zord question, and weak sauce with the monster's voice actors. If this is what we can expect for everything that isn't the Christmas episode, I will be one happy ranger. Wings of Danger gets 4.5 super fossils out of 5. If I've said it once, I've said it, well, at least once, but Dino Charge Super is such a fantastic set of seasons when it tells its own core story. No filler, no holiday specials, just gimme that fantastic plot. This episode had rich characterization, it had fantastic action, it was just fun to watch. It held my attention, which is so much more than I can say for Trick or Trial. There were so many rich character notes in this episode. I was actually getting ready to criticize Zenowing suddenly being a jerk until Keeper explained it, and that explanation made absolute sense. Tyler and Shelby were cute with each other in small but noticeable ways. The Rangers showed righteous anger when Zenowing dismissed Riley's sacrifice, Even Heckle suddenly remembering that he was a hero and lashing out at Arcanon. There was just great writing and great acting in this episode. And this story keeps on doing a really great job of adapting the Kyoryuger footage. This time in explaining the relationship between the Blue Bird and the Green Ranger, and how the Green Ranger learns how to do the Blue Bird's sword attack. It's like, those of us who have seen Kyoryuger know what footage is likely to be used, but we can't be sure how it's going to be used. Full kudos. On the downside, this episode kind of blitzes through some important backstory. Zenowing shows up on Earth and just finds the Silver Energem, apparently inside of a Cracker Jack box. He then just makes the Zords somehow for the other Energems. Then he heads to Sentai 6 and fights Arcanon, is holding his own, even damages Arcanon, then bonds with the Silver Energem, becomes the Silver Ranger, even more powerful, and then he lost somehow. I guess Arcanon pulled out his plot convenience gun. Worst among those, worthy of its own down point, was the explanation of the Zords. Honestly, I have been wondering about the Zords, probably more than you guys, for all of both seasons, 37 episodes now. Personally, I had a theory that the Energems kind of created the Zords out of the spirits of the dinosaurs when they bonded with them. Sort of like when an Energem bonds with a human, there's a Ranger. When an Energem bonds with a dinosaur, there's a Zord. But no, all we get is that Zenowing made them. Keeper said he recognized his handiwork, which, by the way, I'm sure is why he didn't even bother to mention Zenowing until he showed up, right? But I guess that means that Zenowing uses that kind of Fisher-Price, bright primary colors and yellow thing a lot, huh? I just wish we had more about the Zords, how they were built, how they work, etc. And about those revived monsters not being able to talk, I mean, really now? The funny thing is, the episode credits actually do include voice credits for some of the revived monsters. That makes me wonder if there's kind of a standard of recognizability for grunts and noises, because I'm almost positive that none of the revived monsters actually had a line. But the funniest thing about this to me is that I probably wouldn't even have noticed if the episode hadn't mentioned it directly to the audience. Why do Wrench and Doomwing specifically bring this up? However, in the end, I love this season when it just sticks to its own story. Like Chomsky said last week, we only have Christmas in the way of the run to the finale, so hopefully this is the quality that we can expect for the rest of the season. Let's see what we can expect from the 16th episode of Dino SuperCharge, Freaky Fight Day. A monster switches the Rangers' bodies, thereby causing trouble for them. Ivan meets his look-alike, who turns out to be his great-great-grandson. Ooh, guys, I don't know. That kind of smells like more comedy filler to me. Hopefully I'm wrong. Oh, and that Ivan thing? A lot of us Sentai fans remember that little plot point, don't we? That's going to wrap up another Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge episode review. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. Make sure to like the video by clicking that like button right down below. Comment your thoughts on this episode down in the comments below, of course. And, by the way, if you could head over to that trailer reactions and fair use video I mentioned earlier and leave your thoughts on that in the comments, I would definitely appreciate that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for Power Rangers and other geeky content every week. And by the way, also make sure that you've hit that bell next to the subscribe button to make sure you get notified when I post videos. And finally, if you happen to have a couple of dollars laying around that you don't have anything else to do with, you can head over to my channel page and hit that blue support button, and I would definitely appreciate that. With all of that out of the way, as always, may the power protect you. Meanwhile, we get a little intrigue on the Sledge 1. Heckle calls Poisandra over to his cell and tells her I love you you like the sand blows the beach, but I need you down here. No. Arcanon then touched Zenowing. Zenowing tries once again to keep the Rangers out of this, but they don't care because friendship is magic and they morph. Doomwing hits Riley with a punishing... Doomwing runs right past the Rangers to attack Zenowing. Alright, John. Just don't let it tilt. Just don't let it tilt. Don't let it get out of hand. It's fine. It's fine. It's so fine. Now, this would normally be the point in a Power Rangers episode where I would say, now you can go attack... now you can go attack... Now you can go tack. Back on Earth, the Rangers are upset about what Zenowing said still when some of the revived monsters come to start over. Someone, I guess Singe, blasts him... However, However, that's when the Rangers show up, so he decides to just let them do it for him. Singe manages to find Riley. Tyler goes supercharged to take on Doomwing, while the other Rangers take on Scrapper. Doomwing was holding a skillet festival. He uses the bomb to scratch his arm and blow the bites or whatever it is off, just like that. On my honor, Ranger's honor, the day this episode aired, my hometown was holding... Not hometown. Back on Earth, Zenowing thanks Riley for the teamwork lessons. Zenowing went to Earth and found the Silver Energem, presumably in a Cracker Jack box. That didn't sound right. Keeper said that he recognized his handiwork when he saw the Zord, so... Subscribe to the channel to see my Power Rangers and other geeky content every week. And, okay, so... I feel, the thing is, there's 5 things, but I feel like I'm only saying 4. Leave your thoughts on this comment in the episode below, and if you have a few donates to rub together, head to my comment, support, subscribe page and donate your geekiness to my cat. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for Power Rangers and other geeky content every week, and if you just so happen to have a few dollars lying around, and if you happen to have a few bucks lying around that you need something to do with, you can head over to my channel page and hit that blue support button. And so, of course, just as I get to take right, I suddenly remember about the bell.